You're probably thinking, what's the big deal about this crooked, battered down, abandoned house behind me? Well, it's a spite house. I'm gonna get into that in a moment. It's a very iconic landmark in Newburyport, Massachusetts. We are right next to the beach. It is sundown. The locals always say that this is basically like the moon to them because they can always count on it when they drive by town. This home is part of the nonprofit Parker River Wildlife Refuge. It's still being taken care of and being preserved. Even if it's abandoned, it's still getting the attention that it deserves. It says a lot about the spirit of the community.
You may have seen the Pink House or heard about it. It's an iconic landmark. It's a house in the middle of the marsh that inspires artists, photographers, and writers. We're trying to save it from demolition.
Could you hold this for a second?
What do we got here?
Could you just hold that and tell me why you support the Pink House?
Why do I support the Pink House? It's family, it's familiar. People love to have that in their lives, of course, we all know that. It looks great right there when you're driving across. What are they gonna put there?
Not just passing it like you do other buildings, out of the peripheral vision of your eye, but passing it and catching myself really studying it.
It's a memory maker for thousands and thousands of people.
Join the cause and support this iconic landmark.
What's the website?
Supportthepinkhouse.com.
It's crazy to think that, well, in this town, many things have been ripped down for apartments and homes, but this house is still here standing proudly in all its glory. I mean, this house is glorious. It literally is. It's beautiful. It gives off almost like a supernatural aurora to it when the sun hits the walls of this thing. Even during the worst of Plum Island storms, this house still sits beautifully. According to legend, this house was a spite house, or is a spite house, because a husband and a wife were getting divorced, and the wife demanded an exact replica of their own Newburyport home here in New England. And she didn't specify where it would be placed. So in spite, the husband took it upon himself to build the house in the early 1900s in the middle of a marsh. Completed with salt water plumbing. That's insane. So she had to live here for a little bit and deal with, salt water showers. And when she's cleaning up the dishes, there's salt water coming from the faucet. That's terrible. But she didn't specify where. I believe it was 1920s that this house got replicated. Also, the husband purposely placed this house on the outskirts of town. See all those houses down there? Yeah, well, she had to live far, far away from everything. I'll tell you what right now, because there is nothingness across this field. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Right in the outskirts of town. Isn't that crazy? We are going to go around the perimeter of this place. Unfortunately, we cannot go inside, but that is okay. That is all right. We are going in right now, so let's continue. Well, last week, this wasn't here. This rope and everything was not here, but this week there is. And when we did go around the perimeter last time, it did say, well, there's cameras. I didn't really believe it, but considering now, since I did walk around it last time, well, this happened. Of course, I'm never the one to vandalize any structure, so my intent wasn't to do anything but to look around this house last time I was here, because, well, I do want to respect and preserve these abandoned locations, but it does suck that this time we cannot go in. I'm sorry to disappoint you guys, but I feel like something will go wrong if I go past this border. Yeah, too bad we couldn't go inside. That whole place is all boarded up, and of course, like I said earlier, there is cameras. So there's nothing we can do about it. If you guys love spooky things, if you guys love haunted history or haunted abandoned locations, definitely subscribe to our channel, because there's tons of abandoned locations, tons of haunted locations that I want to show you guys. There is a lot. I can't emphasize that enough. So I'll see you guys next time. Definitely subscribe if you're new here. I'll see you all on the next video. Take care.